I just wonder what's going on in Gaza because they said the Indonesians are supposed to come down with all the weapons, but I just don't know what's going on. The Marines are going into Lebanon. Lebanon is from the 80s. We're trying. It's a narco cartel, and I'm all for a Trump for catching Maduro, and just he managed, to catch him to stop that cartel. And it is a cartel. What's going on there? It's one of the biggest narco cartel, and it was backed by Russia, and it's also the Palestinians are trying to do it to us. They get some permit. Maybe the mother was Jewish, and they live now in the borders of Israel, and they come to work here in the health department. They have colleagues, they have relatives, but they're throwing on our kids, on the Jewish kids, all kinds of strange stuff that they won't be able, that they will be castrated, steroids, and they overdosing them with Ritalin, so they have problems with their growth hormones, and they won't do the army, and they're just infecting us from within. And I think I've already published that a video regarding the doctor who actually lives in Palestine, and she tried to send me to a shrink. They always do that, and these shrink, have a test, not a psychologist, but a psychiatrist, and they do it on the kids and women. And I said I'm a beaten woman, and she says go to a psychiatrist. And what does a psychiatrist does? Oh, she's fantasizing. Let's put 70% death on her, and maybe do a Röntgen on her ovaries, so she can give her kids, and she'll never, be able to have kids that go to the army, or very strange stuff, and will just kill you from within and say that you had some mental problem, didn't you? Haven't you? And apparently, I just want to make it notified, because I have a brother, half-blood brother. He looks like a Nazi. He got all the genes. My mom couldn't bring kids to the world, so I was the first one after an operation, like a miracle in Jerusalem, by Americans that came here and helped to. And he really. So he ran away. Apparently, he was 15 years. 15 years he was. I didn't know that. He had all kinds of strange ideas, but like Madani, with a lot of lovely words of peace between people. He was spending her money and my money and his wife's money in 15 years abroad. I said, okay, maybe he's connecting with the weapons to Israel. Nothing, just wasting their money and coming back with strange Islamic ideas about killing your sister and killing your mother. Very, very strange. I never realized it. Only, when the head of, we had a very nice head of a committee who he helped me out to get a lawyer and close the gates against him. But only after the new head of the committee was spending time with him. And I mean, he's a strange midget, all full, looks like a narco cartel tattoo. Apparently, I think he got it from an AA officer that became a loan shark in the United States, which is a criminal, But he, completely got psychotic and AA, like alcoholic and stuff like that. And his son is also in the stuff that let's spread on Americans and the Jewish community. Let's spread the drugs on them. So the head of the committee sent very strange stuff, that as if the welfare here ever came, which I would like them to come, but and he submitted it to court. I mean, it's false affidavit, another one. And then I realized, where are you going? They have these vacations all the time that they, put on. Apparently 15 years, him together, he had an old age home. this head of the committee, which very fishy. So the last one, the head of the committee, died once this midget brought all kinds of his relatives that never did the army but never did the army, but were in the 80s or the 90s walking around in Saudi Arabia without an agreement, Saudi Arabia, and he didn't do the army. Why didn't you do the army? So he started bringing all these relatives here, and then our amazing Eldor died from medical negligence. Full of Soviets and Muslims Palestinian Muslims and Soviets in the Ministry of Health, and he submitted that affidavit. So this brother is still now he's in Maui. Where is Maui? It's Obama, isn't it? The subprime. He stole 6 million. And I mean, when he showed me some will which I never knew about it, that he will run my money. And he kept it for 7 years, unnotified to me. And his lawyer, 0249 32 071, he was organizing it. Has all these papers on me, never told me nothing. I think it's the first time he saw me crying, because I know the guy. He just runs away. He never, so I trust it can be a nice thing, okay? But you need to know bookkeeping. Apparently, he also, they say 0249 32 071, also it signed my mum when she was already paralyzed and mute on an ongoing power of attorney. Now, all this thing can be very, very nice. But they were withdrawing money, you could see, and I didn't get I'm an accountant, and they didn't show me the stuff. They didn't want me to see the stuff from 2021, more or less. So, but you can see, it took me a very nice judge. She tried. She made a mistake in the beginning. Said, okay, so they run a trust. She submitted my lawyer, who was a soldier from the fight, against the regulation, okay? And the lawyer didn't sleep and anything, and he knew that women in Israel can get restriction orders. They get and not able. And he says, because of the violence, let her have a trust, because that, then they won't be able to come and beat her anymore. This, half brother who has vacations in Muslim countries, and my adopted brother, who was a Muslim, because my mom couldn't bring kids to the world. But now she tries, so she submitted a court order to have let us see the banks, which, they say the bank didn't show because he was the banker. So, the banker really, you could see that this is a Tzadik Bino. He has from 99, that's not obeying court orders. And in the end, I just started suing him, and then I got the details. And then you could see, well, she's paralyzed. You're withdrawing almost every day, withdrawing money, cash. What? I mean, women never do that. And I want to say something, because I was the CFO, a chief financial officer of something like a subsidiary of the electricity company of Israel. And then we managed to, do it next to a very nice British company, not the Chinese, because the Chinese also wanted to take over us. And you never do it. I mean, he also the CEO of the chief officer. He wanted to give me options in the last. I said no, it's because it's not legal. On the last, you don't do. I know the law, but you don't go and just run with the money. Although I felt very. He's annoying me. He wants another Excel, and you have so many Excel instructors that just fucking leave me alone. And his brother, the German, originally Jewish Germans, very hardworking people. I really admire them. Very, modest and hardworking. So he was doing the reserves, and for me it was an honor. I didn't take a lot of money, because they still owe me, but it was, that's a trust. You don't steal. You would be very precautious, regarding women don't steal. It's not typical, It's just not typical. You want to preserve and enlarge. That's your like the over